What's going on, everybody? Back with Goofy and Hunter JJX. We just heard the crew, the hostess, talking about Flyers going to win this. 2 out of 3 of them predicted Flyers to win. Justin, I'm going to throw it to you. Who do you think's going to win this series?
Everybody knows I got the biggest heart when it comes to Flyers. I mean, I'm an honorary member of the Flyers A team on the MCC side of things. With that being said, they're not winning this series. KCP is winning 3-1. This is a mountain that Flyers has not been able to climb quite yet. And with the addition of Ryan Noob, I'm expecting some changes in the team dynamics. They're not quite as solid a roster as they have been in the past. We have the series layout here. Rig Strongholds Game 1, True Slayer Game 2, Fisher Oddball Game 3, Kali CTF Game 4, and Plaza Slayer Game 5. We won't see Plaza Slayer Game 5. It's going to be a 3-1. But man, oh man, my heart goes out to this Flyers team.
This guy, JJX, talking confident like he can see the future. Talk about we're not going to have a Game 5. Well, guess what? I'm predicting we will. I do predict KCP will end up edging it out, but we'll have to wait and see. Starting off with Druk on KC Pioneers. This is your winners bracket finals. KCP going up against Flyers. We're on board with Druk once again. Runs into a scatter shot. That's on board. Makes quick work. And luckily for him, Super CC takes down Manny. So Shoddy and Railgun. Great start for Envor and the boys of Flyers.
And like Faisal said, this is the winners bracket finals. So chat, we want to see you guys get involved. If you guys got emotes from the KCP boys, blast it in the chat. If you've got Flyers emotes, blast them in the chat. Let's see who you're repping. Hopping on board with Envor here with the railgun. Takes down Soul Snipe. Turns the scatter shot. Is not able to take down Manny. So Manny is able to acquire the railgun himself. But Ryan coming in, hunting him down, looking for Manny. Looks like he might have gotten juked here. Manny gets away with his life. So far, KCP first on the board. 3 points to 0 and counting.
Ryan knew perfect shots on Manny while he was loading up that railgun, but Soul Snipe gives him the back smack. Good teamwork there out of KCP. Now we're on board with Commonly, running into a little bit of trouble. Just staying alive here, banking some grenades, able to get out of harm's way and able to help his teammate as well. So great play out of Commonly, perfect shots and good repositioning. Now they're going to try to double cap this stronghold. They're in a trip cap right now and they're not able to break it. So 3 strongholds still in favor of KCP. This is looking scary for Flyers. We say time and time again how dangerous that triple cap is. Before you know it, you'll be out of the game. So Flyers are going to need to pull themselves out of this quick.
Yeah, and there's a big difference between winning your last series 3-0 like Flyers did and KCP having to kind of grind out the last series, right? KCP's coming in hot with momentum on their side, whereas Flyers has been cruising thus far today. So hopefully they can wake up and get into this game. They're now jumping into the basement. They're able to grab that first base. They have their first 2 cap on the board with Nest, and now they're getting some points here. A great stick out of Super CC. Now with the railgun, looking to the Nest, gets the double kill, looking for the triple, finds Druk, gets the shots in, but no, Druk gets out of there alive. Camo now for KCP though, but they spot him out, take him down. Commonly and Envor working well together in the kill feed, and this is our first sense of Flyers control on this map.
Yeah, that was much needed for Flyers. Not just for this game, but for the whole series. You gotta kind of give a good fight at some point in this game number 1. So good job out of Flyers, kind of weathering the storm a little bit, and now gets a trip cap of their own. So putting some of the pressure back on KCP. We got some veterans on the side of Flyers, such as Ryan Noob, obviously. He's been here, he's done that. So I'm sure he's kind of calming down his troops, making sure their heads are straight. As again, that triple cap has been evaded. Now it's just a double cap for the boys of Flyers. Trying to close this gap, and they're doing a good job.
Double kill out of Super CC to keep control. However, KCP, even though that double kill came out, were able to take the Nest back, which if you guys know this game type, you know Nest is the hardest base to cap or retake. So really huge for KCP to recap that right there. I want to go back to Tony earlier in the pre-broadcast, right? He was apologizing here, apologizing there. The person he didn't apologize to was Ryan Noob, okay? He was slandering his name like crazy, and we see Ryan Noob coming up here, showing up and showing out with Flyers, now taking down Druk in the Nest, turning around with the shots. No, but he's taken down by Talik. So 2 go down for each team there. It's looking like KCP is going to retake basement. However, Envor by himself, dodging a million nades coming his way, is not able to take Nest. So KCP with a brief trip cap, but the guys on Flyers do take BR base, so the bleeding isn't that bad, but they're going to need to win this next Cyclo Slays and get a double cap.
That railgun will be respawning in about 20 seconds as Super CC spots Druck out in the open, gets the easy kill, looking for the double kill on the railgun, gets the double, able to stay alive, but chases for the triple, not able to pick it up, a little bit ambitious there and cost him his life, but 3 members fall for KCP. And now we're seeing Envor and the boys of Flyers trying to recapture this basement stronghold as you see KCP takes back BR base.
Stronghold captured.
But just like that, Flyers flips the map around, a 2-cap in their favor. But man, they're down by quite a bit, down by 30 points. That's the equivalent of 90 seconds worth of 2-cap time. So they're going to need to hold control here and get their slaves on the board. Envor taking down Manny, but Talik with the railgun, such a powerful weapon, takes him down, gets control back of the rafters area. The Nest only needs a speck of time in order to cap it, but they're not able to stop Flyers from jumping in. So Flyers maintains the 2-cap, but a double kill from Stolsnipe means they have potential here for more points.
Oh, great play from Talik there, expecting to kind of watch that angle. Gets a great kill on Envor, allows his teammate top Nest to capture it with no pressure. So good job there. And now we're on board with Super CC with the scatter shot, trying to recapture one of these points so that his team can start getting some, closing this deficit. It seems like they've been down by a little bit throughout the game. Super CC, unfortunate trade there, loses that power weapon. Hopping on board now with Commonly working together with his boy Ryan Noob, but they have the BR base, but they're in a scary position. As if you go Nest, you're getting pressure, and you know if you go basement, you're getting a lot of pressure as well. So let's see what these boys try to do.
Stuck between a rock and a rock. You know, it's lose-lose no matter what you do here. Flyers, though, they're never out of it. Strongholds, the thing about the game type I love is you could be down 99-0 and still have a chance at winning. So I won't count Flyers out just yet. They just got some Slayers on the board. Ryan Noob now jumping into the basement by himself, calling spawns for his teammates, lets them know they're not back cat, lets them know they're coming from the yellow side, gets some pre-nades out, sees Talik trying to make a move, gets a team shot down with his teammate here. They're able to take down Druck. Commonly goes down, however, but Flyers back into cap control of the rig.
Good job by Ryan Noob staying alive. Unfortunately, Commonly traded there when he probably didn't have to, but Ryan Noob regardless has a railgun, misses, and now he somehow manages to almost stay alive there, but loses the railgun, not able to get the kill on that Nest player. Now the triple cap is haunting them. The triple cap was in favor of them, but now it's down to a double cap as Basement and BR still in their possession. Envor going to try to solo stop this basement cap out of KCP, but he goes down, and they will be able to capture basement, and they already have that Nest. So KCP doing everything right now, trying to recapture one of these strongholds.
And an epic battle just went down at the yellow corner side of the map, and while that was happening, Mikey Soulsnipe here was able to steal away the camo and the railgun, so now he is the player to watch on the map. He's got the game in his hands. He plays as well, misses the first rail shot, but still has some camo time left, still has one railgun shot. Let's see how he puts this to use. Looking towards the Nest, able to get the crack shot on the Commonly and take him down, so that's costing Flyers a lot of precious time that they needed to cap this Nest. The double cap does come in though, so it's looking like Flyers will get Nest, will have control of double cap. Now it's 74 points and counting. This game is coming down to the wire, Faisal.
Yeah, they have a really tough decision right now. It's KCP. They're able to actually decide to back down and capture that basement. As BR base is getting lost. 3 members are going to be on Druck. He doesn't know this. He falls into a trap. So the boys on Flyers will be able to capture BR, but KCP, fortunately for them, as this was getting way too close for comfort, were able to convert that Nest and basement back in their favor. Talik, once again, not aware there's a player that spawned right behind him, but we have those outlines so we can see it. And fortunately, Talik able to spot him, able to get in this battle, but gets taken down by Envor. Manny gets a kill of his own. This is a close game going down to the wire, Justin. 88-81. Ryan Noob in this basement in a really pivotal battle. Wins it against Soulsnipe. Teammates spawning close by. Will they be able to capture basement and Nest is the question. And this is it. This is game 1 coming down to the wire.
This is it. This is the fight here. They're getting Nest. The rail comes down, but he does get the cap before he dies. The Nest going in their favor. The shots coming out into basement. 2 players trying to stay alive behind the box at basement. They are able to do that. So now with about 10 seconds left, what can Flyers do? It's not looking good. It's looking like this is going to be game number 1. GG. If Flyers cannot cap basement right now, they've got about 3 seconds left, and that's it. 3 go down. KCP able to squeak out game number 1 after nearly throwing it to this Flyers team.
Wow. Good job by Flyers. You know, they were in the race the whole time. I think it was tied up at one point 81-81, and a couple tough decisions were confronted in front of the boys of Flyers, and they didn't go their way. So, you know, like I said, it was tied up around the 80-point mark, but KCP having that experience together as a team. Look at Soul Snipe, 25-12. But KCP able to close game 1, and it looks like it's going to be a long series. So buckle up. We got some Halo 5 ahead of us.
Yeah, and that game was that close, with Commonly having probably one of the worst games I've ever seen him have. You're not going to see Commonly go 8-19 regularly, so with that being said, we know it can only go up here for Flyers. I've mentioned it in the series earlier. We have Game 2 Slayer coming up, which is going to be huge, but look at these highlights there. The shots out of Commonly, the Nest grab. They really fought back Faisal after being down triple capped early in the game and made that game close and respectable. So I'm hoping with Game 2, Flyers can have a better start here. We saw Super CC with a nice stick on the player trying to get the railgun. Love that, using the environment to avoid the explosion. Such great use of mechanics. Then he got the weapon, took down Nest for the double kill, and Druck almost got it right here for the triple, but he gets away under Nest right there. Seeing him, he didn't want any part of that whatsoever. Great plays out of Super CC. Right here again, head on a swivel with the DMR and takes that player down as well. But this is a little bit of an over challenge you mentioned, Faisal, right? He ends up dying because he was chasing that triple there. So need a little bit more disciplined plays coming out of Flyers if they're looking to win this series. Their rivalry with KCP, I mean, I know they got to be itching to beat them at this point. The series is what, like 96-1?
I think that's a bit of an exaggeration, but Super CC making some good plays there, movement, looking so nice. And that's one of the things we love about Halo 5. You know, we see Shyway, we see some of these content creators talk about, you know, how amazing that Halo 5 movement is. Manny, just to put some salt in the wound there, gets that final kill on Super CC, and that kill feed was all KCP as they close out game number 1, 100-83. That must feel good to have a bit of a close objective game. That's a couple back-to-back for KCP, right? Even last series against Falling Esports, that oddball in Eden got a little bit dicey towards the end. So they're able to close out the close games, and that really is the difference maker in these tournaments. If you can clutch up when you need to, as we're going to hop on to game number 2, which is going to be Truth Team Slayer. We've seen this map in different variations throughout the history of Halo, and it's one of my favorite, all-time favorites, right? Midship, Heretic, Zealot, Truth. Just textbook Halo gameplay we're about to see here on Truth Slayer, and I can't wait for a really exciting winners final series.
This map has withstood the test of time, right? A proven great map for competitive Halo. I'm excited to jump into game number 2, Truth Slayer. And with that being said, Faisal, we also got to remember too, so these teams already qualified for tomorrow, right? So right now this matchup here is for seed, it's for bragging rights, but the more games Flyers can get under their belt with Ryan Noob, who they picked up pretty last minute, the better it's going to work out for them. So like I said before, game 2, Slayer, if you want a chance in this series after losing game 1, this is your chance to start getting some momentum under them. So I'm really looking for Flyers to step up their game here, put on a show for us, give us a series. We want to see it go the distance. What have you got for us?
Yeah, looking at the rest of the breakdown, Fissure, Oddball, Coliseum captures a flag, where Hunter says the series will be over. But I'm predicting a game 5, Plaza Team Slayer. But Justin, we saw Flyers, right? We saw them have a close game 1, but ultimately take the L. What's it going to take for them in this game 2 to turn things around?
Good start, man. I mean, you look at the start of that game 1, they were trip capped early. It was 20 or 30 something to 0. They lost all power up control early on. Truth Slayer, they need to start off strong, either get the camo or burn the camo, get early map position, at least make it competitive off the bat so you don't have to claw your way back the entire game. You know what I mean? So you want to have a strong start. You want to put your stamp on this game type early, establish your presence on the map, take the hurt to the other team.
There you have it. I could not agree more. A strong start is so important in these team Slayers, especially as the snowball effect can be so dangerous. So typically off the start of Truth's Slayer, you see that camo get burned because it's in such a compromised position, Pink 1, and both teams send at least two, sometimes 3 players towards Pink. So if anyone on either team is able to get that camouflage and stay alive off the start, I would consider that a great start for them and their team. So we'll see how it plays out. Now looking at these stats on your screen, KC Pioneers versus Flyers. Now the verses that you're seeing in the blue and red is what these teams records are against each other specifically, and in those black boxes where it says overall, that's obviously their overall statistics for that game type and game mode. So strongholds, see 77% for the boys of KC Pioneers, 57% for Flyers. But we should look at the team Slayer as we got the truth coming up. We see 60% wins for Pioneers, 49 for Flyers. So you know, some useful statistics here, and shout out to LBT Productions for kind of putting all these stats together for us.
That record there, though, KC Pioneers is 7-1 against Flyers in Slayers. That's absolute domination. They've lost one Slayer to Flyers in all the matches they've played against each other. You see Flyers, if you look at the right, their overall KD versus their KD when they're playing KC Pioneers, it's a noticeable, 0.20 drop off there. It looks like KC Pioneers has their number on Slayers, CTF, Strongholds. Oddball's a little closer, but we can't take for granted the Ryan Noob factor, right? Faisal, you've teamed with Ryan Noob in the past. You know what he brings to a team. What is it that you think that Ryan Noob could bring specifically to this Flyers team to let him have some more success against KC Pioneers?
I think he brings veteran leadership. So Ryan Noob, not only is his gameplay really settling for his teammates, but also his communication and his leadership is very settling for his teammates. So especially when you're playing with some young guns like Envor and Super CC, obviously commonly he's an X Game Golds medalist. We know commonly, and we know what he can do, what he's all about. Now Envor and Super CC, these guys are the players that are still trying to show themselves, trying to prove themselves, and having people like commonly, and especially Ryan Noob, really is a settling, it's very settling for players like that. So obviously, looking at the statistics, you have 7-1 record in favor of KCP, but we gotta throw out the fact that Ryan Noob wasn't on the Flyers rosters when that record stands. So I do believe he will be a difference maker, and I expect them to win this game number 2. I do not know if they can win the entire series, but I expect them to make it a good one. So I'm looking for them to come out and win this game too.
Well, I want to hear from the chat a little bit. What are you guys predicting? I want to see some ones in the chat if KC Pioneers takes game 2. Some 2s in the chat if you think that Flyers takes it. Let's get involved. I want to see who you guys are repping. I saw a lot of folks earlier predicting that Flyers would win this series. Well, they're going to have to start winning some of these games, right? We have Fisher Oddball up next. A good game type for Flyers. We saw their record on Ball. Kali, CTF. We know that KCP is great at that game type, and then another Slayer. So one way or the other, Flyers are going to have to go through some Slayers, go through some pains here to win this series. But as we wait, Faisal, we look at KC Pioneers, right? And obviously winning an Open to them probably doesn't mean a whole lot. They've got aspirations well beyond just coming out of this Open tournament. But do you think that today will have an impact on, their positioning for tomorrow, how they play tomorrow?
100%. I think KC Pioneers needs to win and win dominantly today if they expect to make a deep run tomorrow. We know KC Pioneers can be a top 4 team. We've seen them win, right? We've seen them beat Sentinels. We've seen them beat Cloud9. We've seen them beat Inconceivable. KC Pioneers needs to make a statement today and win handedly so that they can put a little bit of fear into their opponents going into tomorrow. Obviously, it's hard to strike fear in Sentinels and Cloud9, but I think KC Pioneers is a problem for any team they play, and I expect them to come out strong today and tomorrow as we are loading into game number 2 of your $30,000 Halo 5 send-off tournament. And this is, of course, the Winners Bracket Finals game number 2, where we'll be hopping on board Flyers versus KC Pioneers. Justin, take it away.
I would love to jump on with Commonly as we start game 2, see how he bounces back from that rough game number 1. We are starting things off. Truth Slayer, the only thing that matters is camo and your positioning, your overall shot. Some great shots down from Commonly onto Manny. Stopping the camo grab. He's going to get camo all for himself. Great shots onto Talik. This is a free uncontested camo. 3 go down for KCP. No one goes down for Flyers, and that is a clean wipe to start game number 2.
And remember what I said about how difficult it is to have a great start on this map? Well, Flyers just did it. 4-0 start, and camo in the hands of Commonly with the green gun make that 5-0, as Commonly has a great vantage point right now. Spots 2 players' car, one of them blue window, complete information in his hands. Great shots and use of camouflage, moving now, trying to jump top blue with his teammate. Oh my god, the synchronization is crazy. The green gun is still out, and amazing play by Commonly to start this game off.
Can't ask for a better start. 7-2. Now, what do you do with it? How do you take this advantage and spread it and continue to maintain control? Takes down soulslime, bottom center, head on a swivel, turns for Karwan, not able to get the stick off, so Talik is able to clean up commonly. 8-4. Make that 9-4 now in the favor of Flyers. They have the positioning, but KCP fighting right back.
Good start for the boys on Flyers as Super CC and Commonly working together top red. You see Envor by himself bottom blue. He is really important right now as he can kind of be that pinch player, but he gets taken down as you see on your kill feed now. Super CC top middle, throw some grenades, in some trouble now, gets taken down to one shot, trying to use this cover to stay alive. He goes down, as does Commonly. So KCP slowly kind of cutting that lead down and getting some single picks with the use of their amazing teamwork. Now Druck positioning himself in the backs. The backs of these bases are so important. You're going to see these players drop and confirm that no one's flanking. And you see now Druck spots all these players in front of him. It's open season for him, putting down heavy damage on everyone. Nice grenade, nice prediction as Commonly falls as well. Druck eventually does get taken down, but does a lot of damage before going.
And even though Flyers has the lead right now, I wouldn't want to be in their situation. Trapped car. We saw them get stuck car, and just like that, the game is tied up. That's where you're able to pinch. That's where you're able to collapse and get some kills on the board. And now we see them start to fly around, some confidence. They know players are trapped under red. soulslime takes down Ryan Noob. Commonly trades out Manny, but I think KCP just got away with the camo. No, it looks like they traded Druck out, so camo out of play. That's the one good thing that came out of that whole scenario for Flyers, right? They're able to at least burn the camo, but KCP roaring back in this game now, 18-15. They've completely swung this game around.
Yeah, and that's what you expect out of KCP. You know, the teamwork will start clicking eventually as Commonly takes down Soul Snipe. Keep in mind that Camouflage will spawn around that 45-second mark. Manny does get taken down as well by Super CC, so it's still a close game, but KCP has taken the lead.
That being said, Flyers still fighting back, right? They're stuck car, but they're getting some kills. They've kept it within one kill. This is still anyone's game, but I'm going to need the Flyers to see Flyers get off of that car side, maybe get a base, rotate their way back towards P. Commonly here in this fight with Druck, though.
My God.
No shields, able to stay alive, get the damage done, and put a nade onto that other player. What an absolutely insane fight that we just saw go down there, but look at the score. It hasn't helped much. KCP still up by 2. We still have about a minute till the next camo comes up, so really all that matters right now is your positioning. We've seen Flyers now rotate to P, which is good. A fight here between Envor and Talik, old teammates, but Talik says, no, this is why I left you. Sit down.
Talik played that. It was kind of fortunate, but also really skillful for him to be able to get into pink the way he did. And he's just so nasty now. Perfect shots on Commonly. 3 members fall for Flyers as KCP has their foot on the gas, and Talik has rotated all the way from blue to red, even under duress, under stress. He is able to get into pink 2 and rotate so cleanly. And once again, we're seeing him rotate, trying to get this pick on Commonly. Easy kill for him. Commonly goes down. Talik now moving down into blue street. Easy shots once again. No one's even putting pressure on Talik, and his vantage points are so crispy right now. Now he jumps onto pink 3 with the 5-kill lead. Talik really kind of leading the way for his team to break away right now.
Talik is absolutely going off right now. His positioning is so good. Shot so steady. Finally taken down by Commonly. The third camo came up. I'm wondering who got it. It looks like Druck got it and was burned out again. So that doesn't really work out too well for KCP or Flyers, right? That could have been Flyers' opportunity to catch up, KCP's opportunity to pull ahead, but that camo's burned. So we're back to these 50-50 battles. It's been about a 2-kill game or 1-kill game this entire game, but KCP now trapped that car. The collapse is coming in. Commonly gets a kill. Ryan Noob gets a kill. There's still another player at car. Do they know that Druck is their top car trying to get away? We see Envor here with Commonly working, trying to take this player down, but Druck has milked his life for so long that the help is now coming from red base. Druck gets a kill on Envor, a super average death for Envor there, and soulslime takes down Commonly. So what could have been a great opportunity for Flyers completely negated in an instant.
Yeah, good job there. Flyers kind of putting a bunch of kills on the board, but to your point, they could have really broke it open right there. But unfortunately, it ends up being kind of like an even swap as you look at the scoreboard. 2-kill lead for KC Pioneer. Still anyone's game. Big battle here under blue. Pivotal as Druck takes down Ryan Noob. 39-36. Now opts to kind of move up on the map, get some more real estate, spots the spawner in the bubble, runs into his teammate, able to stay alive. Great job by Druck, but Talik unfortunately falls. So does he now. Commonly takes him down 39-38. This one's going down to the wire.
Seems like someone on KCP has always got a clutch kill to answer back. Who is going to clutch up for Flyers to catch up in this game? They've pulled it to within one multiple times, and now it's blown back open to 3 kills. RyanNoob now trying to stay alive under the base, playing his life here. Does he know that Manny and the rest of the Pioneers team is there? He gets the kill. Lifts up. Perfect timing for RyanNoob. Gets the double kill, looking for the triple onto Manny. Chooses to survive and live his life, which is such a good play. But no, he's taken down. Manny goes down to Super CC. Druck with a perfect kill, though, to answer back and keep KCP ahead by 2. Now with a great kill on a CC. Onboard trades him out, but Flyers, another opportunity that was completely whiffed, in my opinion.
Oh man, RyanNoob making some great plays back red to keep his team alive. Still anyone's game. 43-46 though. These kills are gonna hurt. These deaths are really hurting them, but they stop the bleeding and put a kill on the board as it's 46-44. RyanNoob gets taken down to 1 shot. Needs to stay alive right here in ping 2. Such an important position on the map. If he falls, his team is so vulnerable, and trust me, he knows that, as RyanNoob takes down Druck, who takes down commonly. So 47-45, 3 kills left to go for KCP, and these, I expect things to slow down a little bit. 47-46, I don't even want to say that, as this game is starting to speed up. 48-46, Soulsnipe pushing now under the base, trying to go for the flank, but has he been spotted? I believe so, he does. Onboard takes him down. 48-47 right now. Commonly bottom middle, continuing to play aggressive. I like what Flyers are doing. They are not going to sit back and let this loss come. They're going to push it, and unfortunately for them, Talik and the boys of KCP are a little bit too much, and you see some of the disrespect right there. 2-0 lead in the winners bracket finals, as KCP only needs 1 more win.
That's a game that hurts, right, Faisal? You got the good start. They were up like 7-2 to start that game. They were in it every battle, but a couple battles. What? CC with 18 assists. Sorry, just completely lost my train of thought seeing that. He was involved in 30 kills from his team with 12 kills and 18 assists. Man, that is a game that Flyers wishes they could have back, right? If 1 or 2 of those team fights go the other way, they walk away the victors of that game. But KCP showing they've got that ice, right? Icing up when it mattered most. Talik with a huge game, the 11.3 KDA, the 2200 damage to really seal the deal for that team. Man, what a game. What a game too.
Yeah, and we saw off the start, looking at the replays, commonly some great grenades and some great kills to secure that camouflage. It looked like it was going to be a great game for Flyers right off the bat. Look at the score, 7-2, camouflage in his hands. But, as we expect KCP to do, they kind of gathered themselves and were able to put together a bunch of kills that kept them in the game. And ultimately, they were able to obviously finish very strong there. Flyers gave them a scare, right? Even in game 1, especially in game 2. And now they're down 2-0, facing elimination in this winners bracket. So they're going to need to really, dig deep to keep this series alive.
Faisal, as a veteran, as someone who's been there, done that time and time again, you're in a series where you're down 2-0, but you felt like you could have been up 2-0. How do you bounce back mentally and prepare yourself for this game 3?
For me, it's very simple. The 1 game at a time is your mindset, right? Doesn't matter if it's game 3, doesn't matter if it's game 5. You got to take it 1 game at a time, and that's what you got to be telling your teammates if you're RyanNoob, if you're commonly saying, hey, don't even think about the fact that it's 2-0. This is just 1 game, right? Win this one. You go to game 4, it's 1 game. You just win. I've been in series where I'm down 5-3 in a best of 11, came back and won. Down 2-0, came back and won. It's definitely a mindset thing. You got to take it 1 game at a time, and I think the boys and Flyers have what it takes. But of course, they have a tough opponent hopping on board with Druck, goes bottom middle, tries to get the overshield, but it will get picked up by the members of Flyers as RyanNoob takes down Druck. Manny gets one of his own. So a couple members of each team fall, and the overshield in the hands of RyanNoob.
All right, seeing RyanNoob get to the overshield that fast and get it just has me cracking up. You know how many times I've been in a race against RyanNoob to get an overshield or get a rocket launcher, and I feel like, man, I've got this. I'm so fast, and Ryan is already there. So to see him get the triple kill, get the overshield and the ball, 4 dead for Flyers, nothing like RyanNoob, right? Nothing like what he brings to a team. So nerdy, so efficient with his movement. A great start for him, but we're not seeing time on the board yet for Flyers. They're getting the slays, but this is oddball. Grab the ball, get ahead.
Yeah, somebody threw a Hail Mary at Ryan and took him out, so they weren't able to get too much ball time. And I kind of like that they're not just desperating the ball right now. Make sure you have some security in the base. Make sure you have a bit of a setup before you allow the other team to just push through and get a setup of their own. So RyanNoob the veteran that he is. 3 members, there you go, fall for KCP. This will allow them to get a comfortable chunk of time and play the long game. You don't want to be too scrappy and just be too short-sighted, and Ryan Noob knows that.
Yeah, the great thing here is you take Oddball, which is one of Flyers' better game types. You throw Rhino on the team, who arguably is one of the best Oddball players in history. It can only mean good things for this Flyers team, right? And so far, they're up 25-2. It looks like that was a good addition for them. Super CC now in a fight at blue with Manny. Chooses to back up and play his life, help with the team fight. I love that. Head on a swivel, gets shots. The assists come through from Envor and Commonly. Now this is a 4v2 collapse. They've got to hurry up and do it, though, before the rest of Red Team spawns.
KCP able to sneak the ball away and hold a setup for a little bit, as you see Flyers able to play that ball. And Manny, a bit of a desperation pull there, but could have been a good one, as Flyers, though, turns it around on him, kills 3 members of the boys on KCP. And now look at that scoreboard. They are able to grab the ball. You see Envor bottom middle spots a player who is weak. That is Manny, and Manny burns the overshield on Envor, even though he was one-shot. A great job there by Manny. Commonly now falls as well. So KCP able to kind of get some kills on the board, and now let's see if they can get the ball time.
Perfect shots out of Ryan Noob there to take down 2. There's 2 players left on KCP. Ball guy goes down. That's Talik. See you later. 1 guy left. Here comes the spawns. Ryan's ready for it. Get some good shots down. Who's going to win this fight? The challenge, but Ryan says, sit down, youngster. I've been doing this a lot longer than you. 2 down for KCP now. Some more ball for Ryan. He's going to play this most likely. He's being annoying, but Druck is being even more annoying, going up and down and up and down. 3 go down for Flyers, so this is KCP's opportunity. Get some ball. They're rotating into the blue base.
Yeah, 3 members, like you said, fall for Flyers, and this is where I expect KCP to not only tie the game up, but I expect them to take a bit of a lead here, as the setup is immaculate. This player, Ryan Noob, goes down. Super CC, though, falls a little bit early. Soul Snipe able to weather it by getting a kill on Envor. Now Talik takes down Super CC. So a couple players for each team fall. Druck able to do a rotation, able to cut the corner. Great job staying alive, finding the spawns of his teammates and playing accordingly. Great job by Druck. Objective efficiency is so important.
This is what we see at high-level Fisher Oddball, right? Whereas, you know, lower-tiered AM players would just play that ball. At the highest level, folks are able to see the lane, see what's open, and rotate the ball. And just like that, we've seen Druck do a complete wraparound, 360 degrees around this map now to the opposite base and continue the setup. Now they're up 60-33, where they were just tied a moment ago. Here comes another rotation, rotating from red to blue. With the size of the map, they're keeping blue team far, far away, and it is so hard to catch up to the ball when you're having to fight all of his teammates every time.
Now, this could be an opening, though, as Talik dies on that right side of the map, allowing the members of Flyers to just bum rush towards Druck. But the more keep your eyes on that kill feed. You see Soul Snipe get a kill. Now Talik, it's so big, even one kill just messes up the flow of the opposition. Now Druck chooses to play the ball. Probably could have just kept it alive for a little bit longer, but better safe than sorry, as a double kill. Perfect shots out of Envor. Maybe that will spark the fire underneath Flyers, as they are down 2-0 in this finals matchup. They need to win this game, Justin.
That perfect was huge for the double kill. Not only that, but to burn the overshield. Massive shots out of the Rising Star Envor. An insane Halo 5 talent. Now putting shots out onto the ball. But this ball is still surviving. Envor not able to catch up to him. The juke comes in. That's another 5-10 seconds ticking away because he was able to kill him. The help comes in time. KCP doing everything right now in this oddball Fisher game.
And I want to say I'm surprised, but it's an oddball objective game type, and we know what KCP is about. 86-36, a 50-point lead for KCP. What seemed to be a great start for Flyers. KCP has been there. They've done that. They know how to come back even when you're down deep in an objective game type, as we're seeing Commonly in a good position right now, able to help some of his teammates, but unfortunately they both fall, leaving him with not many options, and now he falls as well. So 4 members drop for Flyers, all 4 alive for KCP, and the ball is rotating.
Enemy has the ball.
Seems like every time I see the kill feed, there's a player on KCP getting a single, getting a double, making plays happen. Who is going to step up on the Flyers roster and make a play? Commonly gets double right there, but he's taken down by Manny, traded out immediately. It just seems like KCP at this moment is outclassing this Flyers roster. However, There's still 50 seconds left before KCP wins this game. So Flyers are not quite out of it yet, but they're going to need to turn on the Jets if they want to come back in this game and this series. A triple kill from Commonly. Mace could potentially be a spark. They're going to need to get the ball here. Envor waiting on it, gets the ball out. KCP spawning far away. So this could be an opportunity now for Flyers to get some time of their own.
Common League puts a kill on the board but gets traded out by Manny, and to your point, it was a great opportunity for them to get some time, but KCP doing what they do best, getting the picks they need to get. They focus on the right kills first. Even if the ball is moved all the way across the map, they will find the stragglers, they will get numbers advantage, and then they will push as a team, and they'll also get the overshields as Soul Snipe has overshield, pushes aggressively into red base, takes down Ryan Noob, a bit of a turn on him, and able to get a nice double kill. Super CC goes down to some perfect shots, so Commonly now left alone, but the pinch is there as he helps Envor take down Soul Snipe for a double kill. They are down by more than twice the amount of points that they have on the board, but they are showing some signs of good teamwork right here, and they do have a bit of a setup, and now they're getting pushed by Druck, but Druck able to get that kill on Ryan Noob with the grenade. So what looked to be a scrappy setup has been obliterated by KCP, and now they've got the ball.
I'm going to have to go ahead and call out Coach Laz on Flyers a little bit. Grab your boys, get their attention, because KCP has gotten the last 3 overshields in a row, and that is a recipe for destruction. I need the coach to get everybody on the same page. These power-ups are absolutely huge, and we've seen KCP break time and time again. But at this rate, we might not even make it to the next overshield rotation because KCP back in control of the ball and the base.
Nice win there by Druck, who gets taken down. 134 to 36. There's only 14 more seconds to go, and KCP will knock out Flyers into the losers bracket and be waiting comfortably in the championship matchup as Tolik goes down. Envor gets a kill, and now Envor moving into the base commonly takes down Druck. Only 8 seconds left to go for KCP. Will we see a miraculous comeback by Flyers, or will we see KC Pioneers hit the 3-0?
Not looking good, but if there's a chance to do it, maybe this is that chance. So you see KCP, look at them. They're setting up 10, 15 seconds early on overshield. They're all down there. They know the importance of it. Flyers needs to break this overshield setup if they want to have any hope. The overshield is up now. I'm not sure who got it. Look at that. Again, Druck with another overshield grab. The ball in their hands. Everyone goes down, and that's all she wrote. This series is over. KC Pioneers heads to the grand finals with a 3-0 sweep over Flyers.
What a performance in the winners bracket finals out of what I consider to be the favorites of today's tournament. That's KC Pioneers. Looking at the scoreboard now, Druck putting on 90 points with that oddball. Manny, Tolik, and Soul Snipe doing the rest. I'd love to take a look at the kills and the deaths to kind of look at the KD ratio. Now 21 and 19 out of Soul Snipe, 16-14. So they actually look like they got somewhat outslayed in the game. Yeah, they got outslayed by the boys on Flyers, but they won so handedly. So that goes to show you the type of team KC Pioneers is. Completely efficient. Efficiency is the name of the game, and they do it perfectly as they advance with a 3-0 victory.
This post-game Carnage report is actually kind of shocking to me. I would have sworn from watching that game that KCP had outslayed Flyers by 5 to 10 kills at least. But to see them be outslayed that heavily and win that handedly means that they were getting the right kills at the right time to completely maximize their objective efficiency. Wow, what a performance.
Yeah, and keep in mind, this is a double elimination bracket, so we could see Flyers back in the grand finals against this KC Pioneers team. And maybe, sometimes it takes a loss to really evaluate some of your weaknesses. So, do not count out this Flyers roster just yet. We saw them put up a great fight games 1 and games 2, but game 3 was a bit of a landslide victory. So I expect Flyers to still make a run in that lower bracket. But if you're KCP, how are you feeling right now, Justin? You just swept the winners bracket finals, and now you're sitting in the grand finals.
There's nothing like being in the grand finals from the winner's side, right? They know that whoever's coming up now, whoever's challenging them, is going to have to beat them twice, and they've looked as strong as they've looked, making it this far, dropping minimal games. If you're KCP, you're stoked, but at the same time, this is what you were expecting. This is business as usual. This is another day at the office for these cats. They know they have a lot higher aspirations than just winning an open tournament. They're looking for tomorrow. They're looking to win the whole thing, and this is a great start to their weekend.
Looking at the scoreboard once again, Ryan Noob, you know, maybe they're missing a little bit of that slaying power from Septify. You know, obviously Ryan Noob does bring some veteran leadership to the team, but and some objective efficiency, but this Flyers team is missing some of that slaying power that someone like Septify brings to the roster right there. You see that 10 and 19 scoreboard, but he did have pretty much all the objective time there. So a little bit of a rough game for Ryan Noob and the boys on Flyers, and KCP sitting on top of the world right now.
Yeah.
But for everyone in the chat, obviously we still got some more Halo 5 left to go today. For now, I'm going to toss it back on over to Alex, aka Shyway, give you a breakdown.